Hi again, Crabs, and welcome back to the Roman Emperor Nero's spinning dining room. Look at all the pretty stars in the ceiling, guys! Now, y'all may recall that over a year ago, I made a little video where I made an undercover fan account, wherein I tried to dupe all my friends into interacting with said fan account. Fast forward said year and 3 or 4 so months, and I decided, why not do it all over again? But this time, I wanted to take it up a notch, to the next level. And the best way I could think of doing all that was to make fan edits of my friends, and try to trick them into noticing it again. Now, where the last video took a few days for all the pieces to fall into place, this one has been in the works for this entire month, so I hope y'all enjoy because the planning on this one was harsh on my feeble little pebble brain. Speaking of said plan, here was the game plan. First things first, I had to pick my targets. This time around, I wanted to do all different people to make edits on. Quackity and Axel were my first choices, as they were the most obvious people ever to make fan edits about, and I had a similar logic and thesis behind it when I was picking James and Fraser as well. I gave myself a fan edit as well as a nod to the fact that I was the mastermind behind this whole operation the entire time, and also to bolster my ego. But with that said, I was also facing a very harsh reality with this video. When I did this type of thing the first time, me and my friends were much smaller YouTubers, so the shit I or anybody made was much more likely to be seen by them. This time around, it was not going to be so easy, as everybody I've mentioned so far has at least 300,000 subscribers. So to get around that, I decided to bully some of my smaller friends, who would definitely see the shit I made about them. So I picked Matthew Ramsker, Pyrocynical's editor, the only name he should ever be called by. I also picked Flinders and two of my good friends that you've probably never heard of, Grolix and Nukafla. I was really leaning on these smaller targets to give me some good content for this video, so I kept my fingers crossed that they would deliver, and boy did they. Also, real fast, if you guys didn't know, I dropped the first collection of my Masked Up clothing line. It's called Masked Up Collection 1, and I've been working on these pieces for a while. I'm really happy with how they came out, and thank you so much to everybody who's bought them. But if you want to cop any of these slick pieces for yourself, you can get some at maskedup.shop. Next was the account, which I had to be very careful. Even though it's been a year since the last time I did something like this, my friends know I've done some fuck shit like it before. So I had to play it stealthy. If I had a fresh-ass account and started posting a bunch of tweets in the same month it was made, my plan would be foiled faster than the Flash could run your fade. So I hatched a plan. First, I took the old fake Stan account and I repurposed it. I deleted all my old tweaks and likes, I changed the handle, and I switched the theming of the account from a Pyrocynical Stan to a Quackity Stan. And luckily, I have many edits of Quackity's face with heart and flower emojis on my computer for no particular reason. This worked out very nicely for me in several ways, as it made the account look like it had some age to it, that it had been around for a while at this point. And the account already had some followers from the last video, so it looked somewhat established. And most importantly, it meant I had one less Gmail account I had to make to keep track of. In addition, I also made an Instagram account with the same @ because that's where all the fan edits are actually gonna end up, in those Instagram tags. That one got a bunch of random bot followers for some reason from just me following all the same YouTuber Instagrams I was on the other account, and the new people I would be making edits on. And I didn't really have to worry about the age of the account because Insta doesn't display the time you joined the site as openly as Twitter does, I believe. Speaking of following the new targets though, I nearly shit myself very early on because I was in call with Grolix when I followed him on that Twitter account and I was recording some of the footage as I did it to include in the video. And then he started going on about how a random Quackity fan account followed him, and I was almost out of my mind then and there. Sadly, I stopped recording when he started talking and I didn't get the footage of him saying, "Huh, Quackity fan account." But I did get the sound of him getting the follow notification and him grunting at it. Nah. But you best know that this isn't the last of Grolix's antics you'll see in this video. He ended up being a little shit throughout the entire thing. That rat is too smart for his own good. The next thing I had to do was make the edits, and I had to make them seem as authentic as possible. I wanted it to seem like I was a new fan editor, that with each edit I was posting was learning something new about editing. The first edit I posted was absolute dog shit, by design. And the final one I posted was still also dog shit, but it was shinier than the first one. These things are legit god-awful. I made them all in like a single night, and I was laughing my ass off the whole damn time I was making them because I was in calls with a lot of the people I was making them on and couldn't say shit about what I was doing. I can't play most of them here because they all use copyrighted music, but here's the one I made for Flinders with royalty-free music so you can get a grasp of how shit they truly are. Yeah, I know, it looks like it was cobbled together by a toddler with one arm and 3 fingers, but it got the job done, if barely. But after I completed all the edits though, it was time to start truly laying my trap. I had to be very careful with the order I uploaded these edits in, because if I posted certain people's edits too close together, then if any of them took a look at the account, they might catch on to something being awry. And if I posted them all on the same day, then the bait would be too obvious. And again, I had to make it look like I was an editor who was just starting out and learning. Looking back on it, I very well may have overthought all of this. But over the course of that next week, I uploaded the 6 edits I made. The first one was Quackity and Axel's, very basic, literally just cuts, didn't even watermark the damn thing. The next day was the edit I made for myself, which did get noticed by the very popular and very cool Kwite, me. In the tweets I made posting those edits, I asked whoever was still following that dreadful account to tag the people in the edits so they would see them. Shout out at Melaphonic10 for tagging me in that terrible edit that I made for myself. You are, as they say, a real one, homie. But the day after that was the first big one. I was about to post the edit for Nukafight and Grolix McLaren. It was mostly a Nukafight edit though, because virtually no pictures of Grolix exist on the internet. He's like a little rat scurrying around that you have to struggle to find. Knowing these two schmucks, I knew that they would see it as soon as it was posted, so I was very deliberate in uploading it while I was in a call with them to try and get their reaction, which I may or may not have illegally recorded.
Yeah, I wanna watch it.
Too late or something.
Oh, look at Twitter.
What am I supposed to be looking at? Oh my god. I gotta screenshot this. Oh my god. So this tweet was captioned, "New edit for Grolix and Nuka Fruitos. Found these two on a Kwite binge and I thought I'd make an edit for them. Please tag them." Oh man, I'm so good looking. There I am in the background. There's just way more images of you here because like I have no like they probably found my Instagram and just like what the fuck. I'm gonna retweet it. Let people know I have class.
That's fucking
Honestly,
gold.
me too. I hope whoever it is, they post it on Insta, right? Oh, they did! Oh! And I get to post on my story! I'm so cool. Oh, I'm so cool.
All I'm gonna say, Kwite, is thank you for giving me the opportunity to be an e-boy.
Of
Yeah.
course, of course.
Making our dreams come true.
Does this mean I'm part of the Reddit crew?
It was really hard to play dumb and not break down laughing during that whole thing. But both of them liked and retweeted the fan edit because it was their first one they'd ever got. And also both of them noticed it on Instagram. Nukafight Evan even added it to his Instagram story, and some bitch from his school asked him if he was, quote, like famous or something. I would deem that and the Kwite edit to be our first successes of the day, my friend. Another day passed though. I posted the iNabber and James Marriott joint edit. Neither of them noticed it, proving without a shadow of a doubt that JoJo Siwa was right, and that James Marriott most definitely does not care about his fans. I guess iNabber 2 or something. The next day was the Flinders edit post, and we got a like from him on Instagram. That I will take. Not as explosive a reaction as Grolix or Evans, but hey, I will take it nonetheless, like I said. Also, my dumbass forgot to put the iNabber James Marriott edit on the Twitter account the same day I put it on Insta, so I ended up double posting on the Twitter account on that day. And also, when I was doing that, I accidentally posted the Matthew Ramsker edit the day before it was supposed to go out, and I immediately had to delete it. So thank God no one noticed that colossal blunder. And then the dawn of the final day came. The last edit I was going to post as a part of this whole charade, the Matthew Ramsker edit. It used Sapphire effects, S-Shake, it was watermarked, it was synced to the music, just kind of okay, like. The transitions were flashier is pretty much the main takeaway here. All that work, and guess what? Pyrocynical's editor doesn't even acknowledge me once! Not on Twitter, not on Instagram, nowhere! Absolute pile of shit. How dare he? I think the weirdest part about making all of these posts though was definitely choosing all the hashtags to put in the description. I took all the knowledge I had gained from looking through my own tag on Instagram and applied it to tag spamming on my own posts in order to maximize who would see it. I did the best that I could. But a few days passed, all seemed silent so far, and then something very unexpected happened. Do you remember that thing I said about Grolix being too clever for his own good? Well, he was showing another one of our friends the fan edit he got, and he started going on a bit of a tangent.
This has to be someone I know. Like, this isn't real. This has to be like some fucking YouTuber. Woohoo! I'm making a fake Quackity fan account. Woohoo! Look at all the people I do. I'm not falling for it, okay? I'm saying it right here, right now. Foil Quackity is a fucking hoodwink.
Who do you think it is?
I don't know.
That son of a bitch caught on to exactly what I was doing, but he had no idea it was me. I know the footage from that call is a bit scuffed. The file got corrupted and I was really sad about it, so I spent like an entire evening trying to recover it because it was really important. Thank you, Henry Bluesdank, for giving me a working method, but the audio was still horse turd. Now, in those posts I was making with the edits, I was still laying little hints that it was me. Like, I was the only person to get a repeated recognition in both videos. I put J after all the tags on the Grolix and Nukafight edit. They'll know exactly what that means. Y'all y'all won't get it because you're not cool. I put the words Sean Voyage in the description of Matthew's edit, another very Raffle Lamau XD funny inside joke that you also won't get because you aren't cool. I don't know if those are how Grolix caught on or if he just knew something was up, but that little rat had the wrong guy either way. He thought it was Matthew who was behind the account because he had recently made a video going undercover as a K-pop stan account. The absolute fool. Still, he was the one who got closest to thwarting my plans outright, so props to you, Grolix. Here's a digital cookie. So now that we've gotten noticed by whoever's going to notice this, where does that even leave us? I'm not entirely sure. I thought this would be more of a catastrophic failure than it was, so I'll take that as a win. All the people involved are finding out that I did this at the same time that you guys are when this video goes live, so hi guys, my deepest apologies for all of this. It was definitely worth it. Also, I know it's been a while since I've done a video like this, trying to be a little more creative and interactive with these video ideas. That being because they usually do super shit, but I want to try doing more of these anyways, so I'm thinking about doing stuff like this maybe once a month if I can, because I do enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because it was a lot of fun and a decent load of work to make, homeboys. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like, and if you're new, subscribe. Be sure to get your merch at massedup.shop, guys. Massedup.shop. I have a podcast with Wild Spartans and FPS Diesel called Loudmouse. We upload one new episode every week on Saturdays, and we're up on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube. You can follow me on twitch.tv/Kwite to find out when I go live. I stream there sometimes, and if you just follow that account, you'll get notifications whenever I go live. You can follow me on Twitter at Kwite and on Instagram at Kwite.png. Links to both of those in the description below. And lastly, I also have a Discord server. Link to that in the description as well if you're interested. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I'll see you guys next time.